Yo, yo, yo. It's your man MAS. Back with another one. Alright, that's gonna be my catchphrase throughout my videos. Apothecary Diaries. And Case Closed. Yep, we are comparing the two. Alright? So, level with me here. Walk through this journey that I'm about to kind of explain to you guys, right? So as I continue to watch the Apothecary Diaries, right? Which, again, great show. Like, so far, I'm into season 2 now, and I'm almost done. Amazing show so far. But as I continue to watch it, I start to draw comparisons to other shows. Like shows that I'm like, well, what is Apothecary's niche, right? Like, what is it kind of aiming to do? And as I continue to watch, it kind of dawned on me. I'm like, okay, like, two comparisons. At first, I thought about Carmen Sandiego, right? I'm showing my age, right? For the people who know, they know. But I feel like the younger generation, like, who the fuck is Carmen and why is it in San Diego, right? So there's that. And then there's Case Closed, the more relevant comparison because they're both anime related. Carmen Sandiego is not really like Japanese anime related, but Carmen Sandiego, sorry, Case Closed, yes. Right. So Case Closed, right? I don't really want to spoil it for you. Like, here's the thing. I didn't finish Case Closed. Salute to you. Pat on the back if you finish Case Closed. Case Closed is damn near One Piece level. The number of episodes, quote unquote, the number of irrelevant episodes that they have. I refuse to let anybody tell me One Piece don't have irrelevant episodes. I refuse to acknowledge that. Right. So the amount of irrelevant episodes that Case Closed had or has, I feel like it's still ongoing. Yes. Like I started, didn't finish, call me a quitter. I don't give a fuck. Right. But moving on, Conan, and then, I call her Maomao, right? That's my nickname. Maomao, whatever you want to call her, right? I call her Maomao, right? In Apothecary Diaries, the main female character. I think she's a better detective than Conan. And Conan's a fucking genius. So, hear me out. This is the journey that I'm going to take you on, right? It kind of goes into like female nature, right? So, Conan's a guy, Momo's a girl, right? The thing about it is, I feel like females make for better detectives. Like, they think beyond just like the literal sense of things, right? And it kind of shows with Apothecary Diaries and, you know, her character, like she's very self-aware about irrelevant facts. That is the key thing, irrelevant facts, right? That here's the thing, when you connect all these irrelevant facts, 1, 2, 3, it connects to a broader fact. That's Momo or Maomao, whatever you want to call her, right? And then there's Conan. Like, he's, for all intents and purposes, he's a genius, right? But I feel like there's something about females and their ability to just know irrelevant facts. Like, if you talk about the generation, right? Like, irrelevant TV shows and your reality TV and like, oh, like, certain things at the job. And like, women are so educated nowadays that I feel like the amount of irrelevant information that they know, I keep calling it irrelevant because, like, for all extents and purposes, it is. Like, alright, like, why do you need to know that? Why do I need to know who Josh is dating? Or why do I need to know Josh's previous partners on this reality dating show? Like, that's irrelevant information. Does Josh know you? No. So, like, why do you know this piece of information? But I will argue the same thing. I feel like I've met, and this is just my experiences, so again, I'm biased, but you watch my videos, so the whole thing is biased. So, like, the women I've met are really educated, and the same thing, like, they just know, like, educated relevant fact, like, shit about, like, the North Pole, like, hey, did you know, like, I've seen that from females, I'm just like, that's great. Why do you know that? Like, why is that intriguing to you? But I feel like that's just another nuance for genius. So, like, I feel like females are very, very intelligent and they just know like a lot of things that like most guys aren't that into. Like, of course there are intelligent men out there, but like men are very like surface level. It's not like, oh yeah, let me think deeper has to why she's acting this way. No, she's acting this way because she's a fucking, you know. But like guys don't think deeper. Like, oh, like maybe there's deeper reasoning as to why she's being like. I feel like women are able to deduce that in terms of, all right, like there's probably a deeper meaning as to why he's acting like this. Maybe he's acting out, insecurities, all those things. I know a lot of times our culture kind of reveres it has like, what was it, like hate speech against men, but I feel like some of it is like, no, some of it that women are pretty accurate about, you know, like just deeper issues with guys. And again, all of this just circles back to Maomao or Maomao, right? And how she solves these cases. Cause again, as I continue watching, I'm like, all right, this is basically like, she has no superpowers. All right. If you're watching my video, right, you know, the average anime viewer, like who consumes it rapidly, it's all about shonen, all about action, all about some kind of superpower. Some kind of superpower. Like, what can you do? Can you lift planets? Can you do a kamehameha? All about superpowers. This chick ain't got no superpowers, but I guess her brain. Even that's not really a superpower, right? But that's her niche. Like, she solves these cases with her intellect and being a person that knows a whole bunch of things despite her appearance and very young age. And I'm like, okay, I think what makes her so unique, again, I really do feel like is that female factor. And again, her being in that time. I made a previous video where I was like, the only way they could probably capture your interest, Apothecary Diaries, like in modern day age, is again, like, she would need to be rifling off facts about things that a lot of us don't know, like in the future. Like she would have had, here's my argument, she would have needed to come from the future to the modern day and start educating and doing things where it's like, yo, like, how does she know that? How does she do that? That's the only way, cause I feel like that's Apothecary Diaries niche right now. Like, because of the time that they're in, we know certain advances, medical advances, all that stuff. But because of the time that they're in, none of that stuff really exists. So people are very like ignorant to like things in general. Like it's, people are using swords. In 2025, nobody's using a sword. Alright? Pow, pow. No, nobody's using swords in 2025. Alright? It's either you use your fist, like, I'll be damned if I'm walking the streets of Miami or fucking, Los Angeles and there's a fight happening, but it's a sword fight. Now you get my picture, right? So again, Apothecary Diaries niche is that because of the time that they're in and Momo's intellect, it stands out because she just knows things that like most people just wouldn't. And again, a lot of it is just irrelevant information. Like, truth be told, if you're being honest with yourself, a lot of it's irrelevant information, whereas like she knows this thing about this one plant and about concubines, and then you know, how to make roses bloom, and then connect all those together, and boom, that's how it happens. And that's what I'm noticing, in my opinion, that's how it happens. And I think it's dope. And I feel like it really engages you in there. Like she does a really good job at walking you through her thought process, basically. All right. Whereas Conan, he did a great job, but I'm not gonna lie, it kind of got tiring after episode, 300. I was like, you know, I'm kind of tired of Conan. That sounds bad, right? Like no, Conan should still get his flowers, but like after a while, man, I'm like, all right, this series got to end. So I do hope Apothecary Diaries doesn't go the route of case closed. Like, you should have a beginning and an end, right? But I mean, I get it. Making a Conan case closed would probably just make it so much money that like, just didn't make sense to stop. Like, if the person, the artist, the creative, they still want to keep making content, let them keep making content. For me, and especially with my own series, like, I'm very big on like, there needs to be closure. If you really like the series and you want some kind of continuation, just do like a spinoff. Like, have that series have closure, and then do something like within the same universe, but different people. Like, let the series breathe. Let it come to an end. All good things must come to an end. All right. Not everybody can be One Piece. Not everybody can be case closed. All good things come to an end. So I really hope Apothecary goes that route. But yes, in terms of just the detective aspect of it, me personally, I mess with Apothecary Diaries a lot more. I think she's a way better detective than Conan. But I could be wrong. Maybe if Apothecary Diaries makes it to 300 episodes, maybe I'll feel the same way about her. I'm like, yo, this chick is tiring, bro. I might feel the same way about her, but I mean, listen, it's your man MAS. If you liked the video, please like, comment, subscribe. I also have a Kickstarter campaign out right now. Citizen for Origins pre-launch is live. Definitely, please, support that. But again, I'm out. More content to come. Peace.